Hey there, Duck fans! Welcome back to the ScoopDuck Daily, and still sticking with that name. Haven't found anything else to replace it with. I'm pretty sure I still won't get the ScoopDuck Quickie approved, so we'll stick with this for now. But happy Monday to everybody! Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hopefully, some of you are able to observe and get an extra day off. That would be great. But we continue on here at ScoopDuck. Pretty wild last week if you just kind of like think about everything with the dust settling, and it's sort of settling but still not. I mean, Nick Saban retires, okay, from Alabama, and all eyes immediately turn on Dan Lanning. I don't care who wants to say he wasn't offered or DeBoer was a top choice. We know that that's not true. Okay, let's be realistic. Dan Lanning was a top choice, and he says no to stay at Oregon. Now, if you rewind and think back to the beginning of the college season, football season in August, September, whatever you want. What if I was to say, hey, look, Kalen DeBoer is going to be Alabama's next head coach? You would think I'm crazy. And here we are. And so now Washington, obviously, the next chain of events, Washington having to hire a head coach, immediately pivots to Jed Fish at Arizona. Looks like maybe they were turned down by a couple other guys. Who knows? I mean, obviously, we'll never know. But now Arizona left scrambling. And this is all in like 4 or 5 days. Isn't college football fun? It literally never stops at all. And so I know we're spending a lot of time talking about other programs, which isn't the norm, but it's just been such a dramatic 4, 5, 6 days in the college football world to follow and track. And it's been so fun because Dan Lanning hasn't been involved in it other than about like 8 to 10 hours of speculation that he was, possibly the guy for Alabama. But I think if you look at here's what I look at. I think Alabama made a good hire in Kalen DeBoer. He's a winning coach. Obviously, we all know the question is, can he recruit? Okay, he's a winning coach at every stop he's been at. Can he recruit and can he survive in the SEC? That's going to be a whole different animal than he's used to. But there's no way to slice it. Nick Saban to Kalen DeBoer is a downgrade. And I'm not picking on Kalen DeBoer. Great coach. Nick Saban's the GOAT. Okay. Washington pivots, loses Kalen DeBoer. Everyone else jumps in the portal, it feels like, for Washington. Husky fans are down bad, bad. Immediately get Jed Fish on. Pretty quick hiring process. Pretty good job getting that done. And now you look at Kalen DeBoer to Jed Fish. No way to slice it. That's a downgrade. Okay, that's a downgrade. Not to mention the roster mismanagement and destruction along the way. Huskies got some work to do. So we'll see what Jed Fish does. Now, of course, all eyes as I'm recording this are on Arizona and who they might hire, on if they're able to keep Noah Fafita and T-Mac from entering the transfer portal. Their prized running back Coleman has already entered the transfer portal for Arizona. There's some good pieces down there. You have to wonder. I mean, I think there's no doubt he got more money to go to Washington. There's no doubt the prestige of the Big Ten is good. Washington is a bigger program than Arizona, but you have to wonder, had Jed Fish stayed at Arizona one more year, I feel like they might have been the favorite to win the Big 12. That puts them in a college football playoff. That might put him on more NFL radars in a year, and I think Jed Fish wants to get back to the NFL. That's his end goal here. We'll see if it happens or not. I feel like he had a much easier path at Arizona with the roster he'd built and being in the Big 12 and just the talent they have returning. And now you go to Washington and you're going to have to bring some dudes. You're going to have to hope you can get those two guys, and you're going to have to hope that you can get a lot more with them. And again, talking about downgrades, Noah Fafita, T-Mac, two tremendous players, but also a downgrade from Penix and Odunze at Washington. So, Washington fans going to have to see what can happen there. Arizona fans, I feel for you because that's a tough move. I think there's a couple good hires to make. Maybe you can get Brennan Carroll to stay. Maybe you go after Barry Odom and what he's done at UNLV, which has been tremendous. I don't know. I think there's a few good options there, but you're going to have to act quick. You're going to have to get somebody in there to hold the pieces together, hopefully. So a little bit more drama unfolding. As for Oregon, real quick, okay, the Ducks are in the mix for Washington. Cornerback transfer Jabbar Muhammad was an all Pac 12 selection. Tremendous year this year for him. It looks like it's Oregon and Texas at the moment battling for him. Hearing a little bit that maybe with the way his academics are lining up for Texas might be a little more difficult than at Oregon. Who knows? A lot of times there's ways around that if they really want a guy. We've seen that before. So continue to monitor that. That might be the next big piece to fall, for Oregon. Of course, they added Houston defensive line transfer Jamari Caldwell and Evan Stewart last week. Those were a couple monster additions for Dan Lanning after the news of him staying in Oregon broke. All those things lined up and went really well. Last thing that I'm going to touch on here, men's basketball, Oregon men's basketball. Keep watching them, keep showing up. And Volley Dante's back, okay, going to get back into form. Ducks got another win this weekend. This is a dang good basketball team that's getting healthy at the right time. It's really fun to watch. Okay, make sure you guys go out and check them out, and let's keep talking about the Ducks basketball, Ducks football, and let's keep having fun at everybody else worrying about what their coach is doing. As we know, Dan Lanning staying for that damn green grass in Eugene. I'm out.